everything that is stored in the mind, which is part of the past, which has nothing to do now. But it has a limited purpose. The limited purpose is understanding. It is not the ultimate purpose. With this limited understanding, we try to understand the world, which is beyond the scope of human perception, in a complete way. Our perceptions are so limited. What we see is so limited. What we hear is so limited. What we feel through the skin is so limited. What we taste is so limited. What we smell is also very much limited. With this limited instrument of perception, we are trying to understand the unlimited existence. Even after we leave our body, the existence will go on. But here something which needs to be clearly understood. Is the time a moving phenomena? Or is it conceived as a movement by the mind, as mind is staying in movements? That which constantly lives, exists in movement can only understand movement. The mind exists in movement. In movement, what are the basic ingredients which are needed for movement? In movement, there needs space. What else we need in movement? Time. So we need time, we need space, we need inspiration to move, motivation to move. Together, we perceive movement. With this instrument, which is always in constant motion, when we perceive time, we feel the time is existing in movement. We don't know with this limited mind when it started whether there is going to be an end of time. So we have seen there is space needed, there is time needed. As a result of time and space, I should put it in a different way, as a result of the awareness of time and space in our consciousness, we feel the world is moving. When you look at the movement of manifestation, we see that the world, the manifestation, the manifested world comes into being, existing and withdrawing. All happens in the idea of time and space and causation. When there is such a constant awareness of movement, we cannot avoid seeing the silence, the stillness beyond. Because when you look, what was there before the beginning, that's the point from where I took you. What was there before the beginning? You go into it and look that there is a constant movement of the manifestation, and you are completely aware of the movement, and you look beyond. When you look beyond, you see there is an emptiness. There is nothing beyond. In the emptiness, something is happening. It vibrates, it moves, it exists, and it withdraws. When it withdraws into the emptiness. This is possible only when we are aware of the constant movement and fully aware of the constant movement. Usually we go along with the movement without giving room for us to know ourselves. What are we doing? That's the significance of witnessing. When you start to witness, you see there is time, which the mind is fragmenting it into the past, the present, and the future, whereas it is a continuum with no fragmentation. And beyond the time, when you look sharply, intelligently, with absolute focus, you will understand that there is non-movement beyond movement. Everything comes from this non-movement into the movement and goes back into the non-movement. Stillness. When we get into this stillness, what happened to our mind? When we get to this movement, what happens to our mind? When we get into the movement, the mind moves along with the movement. And we believe that the mind is the instrument of knowing. Certainly it is the instrument of knowing. Who is the knower if it is the instrument? It must be beyond. And here comes the terms in philosophy, the knower and the known. The seer and the seen.